Welcome back to Football League Tonight. Now, Charlton's relegation to League One was confirmed this week. 4 years and some 5 managerial changes since Chris Powell took them into the Championship as champions. Today they face Brighton, who needed a win themselves to move level on points with Burnley and Borough.
Before kick-off, though, there were more protests by an estimated 5,000 Charlton fans against club owner Roland de Châtelet, who said that he has no intention of selling up. Manager Jose Riga held talks with de Châtelet this week, but his future is unclear. Commentary from what promised to be an eventful afternoon at the Valley comes from Paul Walker.
Brighton unbeaten in their last 11 games, 4 straight wins. Charlton without a win in their last 4. And balloons and beach balls now flood the pitch. The game only seconds old. The Charlton fans continue to show their fury towards the club's board. This has become a familiar theme in recent home matches. Jose Riga, many have sympathy for him. He is the man caught in the crossfire. All he can do is to try and prepare his team as best as possible to try and restore some pride. On with the action then. Bruno sending it high, looking for Hemed. Baldock in pursuit, away by Fox. Shearer winning a header. Rod Fanny was back there too. Here he is now. Shifted wide to Motta. Brought in until the end of the season. But they are a passionate bunch down here, and they feel that their club has been lost and its identity has been taken from them. Skalak's ball into the middle, right across goal. Real chance here for Baldock. He's tapped it in. What a start for Brighton and their push for the Premier League. But it will only add more fury to those who support the men in red and white. Skalak's ball in, allowed to go all the way through. Knocked across goal by Gudmundsson. And Sam Baldock is not going to miss from there. Well, there is the chief executive of Charlton, Katrine Mayer. This will be a hard watch for her. She is one of the individuals that the supporters are directing their fury towards. This is the first home game since their relegation to League One was confirmed. Here's Harriott. Gudmundsson. Harriott again, Vettekeli. Loitering with intent inside the area. This is Gudmundsson! Side netting. Well worked, to be fair. They were patient in their build-up here. It's a good effort from Gudmundsson. Nice play from Lookman. Into Cousins. He's got goal side of his man. Chance here, Gudmundsson! Well, at last, Charlton fans was something to smile about. And it's the man who's taken his place back in the starting 11 that draws them level. Oh, these long-suffering supporters have something to cheer. Stevens. Hemed. Kyle wanting it, and he's got it. Man over. It's Skalak! Super goal! 2-2 for the Czech. Well, they weren't pegged back for long. That's your reply. Yuri Skalak almost broke the net with that. And listen to the roar from the Albion fans, who have stood right behind that net. Kyle plays him in. Bang! Charlton 1, Brighton 2. Lennon into Lookman. Cousins. Fox. Gets away from Knockert. He goes across, great ball in. And scooped over by Gudmundsson. Lovely delivery. Great work from Fox out wide, and Gudmundsson bursting into the middle, just unable to convert it. Has to go down as an excellent chance. And we've got a smoke bomb now in David Stockdale's penalty area. There'll be another stoppage here. It's not been a comfortable afternoon for her, has it? Berham Kayal, Murphy is an option out to the left if he wants him, and he's found him. Murphy running it to Shearer. He is dangerous here, Jamie Murphy. Touched off for Knockert. Well, he can't believe it's not gone in. The hand of Nick Pope has tipped it over the top. That would have been the knockout from Knockert, and that would have gone in. By my reckoning, with Middlesbrough's draw, and if the result stays like this, Middlesbrough and Brighton would be on the same amount of points, but Albion would be just outside the top two due to Middlesbrough having a better goal difference. Knockert spots a little gap and moves through it, goes down, penalty. Rod Fanny's challenge. As soon as Knockert went past him, he was in trouble, the Frenchman. Thomas Hemed, Albion's leading goal scorer, to crown things off, and has done. Brighton joy at the Valley as Albion make it 3-1 in stoppage time. The race for the promised land is going to the final game.
With the protest, especially the first one, it was a long stoppage. Were you expecting that at some stage?
We were sort of pre-warned, and I must admit, it's probably in all my years in the game, I've not really been involved in anything like that, or for as long as that. The players had a fair bit to contend with. I thought they were very good and very, very respectful. And I thought also the Charlton crowd were very, very respectful to our team and to our supporters.
I understand at what point a relegation can hurt people.
The owner wasn't here today, but I gather you have met him this week. Is that correct?
In fact, he was here. But today I want to speak about the game because, you know, the future. I can only think about the future and if the right thing are done in the present, I mean. So there are some decisions, some things to do, and after that we can speak about my future.
It will be a last game decider now with Middlesbrough. What a game that will be.
It's an exciting end of a season, and one that we didn't think would happen, but we're delighted has happened.
That delay, by the way, 6.5 minutes. We will talk about your former club, Charlton, in just a moment. But Brighton, first of all, they weren't in the top half of the Championship all of last season. They've not been out of the top 6 all of this. 12 goals in the last, 3? They're getting it done. Yeah, they are. They're just progressing under Chris Hughton, I think, obviously in the nether regions of the Championship when he first came in. And they've just got better, they've rose up. And it's all about the targets. He motivates the players, he gives them a target that season, and they have overachieved, but they've consistently performed, unbeaten, I think, 21, 22 games at the start of this season, and he's got quality players throughout. And the mentality as well, that today, Gudmundsson goal sets them back, but the Skalak goes on and kicks on again. They do it the right way, and even 4 minutes to go, they're 2-1 up. And you liked this finish, didn't you? Oh, fantastic finish. But he pushes them on to try and get that other goal, because I think goal difference could come down to it. It's that tight.
Well, it is. It's so tight. And I don't know how fans of Brighton, Borough and Burnley are feeling at the moment, but it's setting it up beautifully with just 2 weeks left to go. They couldn't really be any closer, separated by, 2 goals of goal difference. It's just extraordinary.
No, exactly. But when you look at the Brighton players, they look like they're enjoying it. They're enjoying the chase. They enjoy chasing the two at front. Burnley has experience. Middlesbrough were up there. They had the experience of just missing out. So it's going to be a fantastic contest. So Charlton, Chris Powell, your former club, a club I know that you still love. Du Châtelet was here this week. Didn't appear to be at the game today, unless he was hiding. How do you set about rebuilding a club like this?
Well, it's going to be a very long road for Charlton as a football club, for their supporters. because if you are a supporter of that club, you're not getting any answers for what's happening, what the future holds, and now they're in League One. Been through it before. As you mentioned, I was lucky enough to be the manager at the time. It takes some rebuilding, but they have to rebuild the trust of the fans now. That's the big thing, and I can't see how they're going to do that. There's been talk this week about Paul Elliott maybe fronting a consortium.
Right.
De Châtelet has been there because
So
Jose Riga has said it. Who knows? I mean, he doesn't say anything to anyone,
Well,
so...
do you know? What do you
No,
know?
I wish I did. No one knows. All they've seen is a team that has been dismantled. They've seen the spirit of the club lost, and that club, and Chris knows, we were players together at the time. That club is built on that spirit, and it's totally gone. So now, where do they go?
Is there a will from the supporters to build bridges with this ownership?
I don't think so. Of course, I can't speak for them all, but just looking at and speaking to fans and people I know, they just feel it's gone too far. They don't see any hope. They don't see that players are being brought through. They're not seeing a team that actually looks like it's going to be at least a mainstay in the Championship, and then possibly building onto that. They need to get momentum again. But they're getting momentum, all right, but it's the wrong way.
But one thing that might help, possibly, is a bit of consistency in terms of managers. Because the turnover, as you can see, is pretty high.
It is. I mean, I obviously had 2 months initially at the first takeover. And then...
You fared quite well in that, by the way.
Yes. But then a number of managers... You need stability. If you look at someone like Southampton, who went down to League One and made sure they got the momentum, built the club, got themselves back to the Premier League. Leicester City, they done it, a takeover, but they kept Nigel Pearson because they recognised that the club, there was synergy between the supporters and the management. They've got up, and now, obviously, they're on the verge of doing something great. Charlton are going completely the other way, and we've seen it with Portsmouth, we've seen it with Blackpool, and now you're seeing it with Charlton.
They are going down, as are Bolton, and MK Dons were poised to join...